So tell me, have you completed the revision? I purposefully joined little more late, or do you need some more time? Or if you want to ask any questions, please ask.
Yes, ma'am, I have a question, one doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, in test banking.
Just a second. Let me open that.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
otherwise I won't know. So A17. Yes, test banking. Yes, tell me the line number or whatever. Yeah.
Case number 8, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. What about it?
Ma'am, in this 96 line number, the values function creates a separate copy of collection or what?
Yes, of course. It creates a new instance of a class which implements collection. A new separate copy is created.
Then ma'am, जो 104 पे रिमूव मेथड किया है वो अपन ने कलेक्शन पर किया है, सही है? तो मैम ये
how it removes the elements from the map, is that what you are trying to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so read the method carefully. Just take the cursor there and read it. See, it returns the collection view of the values contained in the map. And
Yes.
Read the next line, which is very important. The collection is backed up by the map. Okay, so the references are the same references which are picked up from the map. So read the second line. So changes to the map are reflected in the collection. Okay, so if
Yes.
you make a change in the map, automatically the copy of that collection will be updated and vice versa. So what they tell you about that is, if you modify, if you add or remove an element in the map, it will appear in the collection. Vice versa, if you remove any element from the collection, the same change will be applied to the backed up map, because finally both of them are working on the same copy.
But ma'am, hash map is immutable, na?
Absolutely not. Who told you hash map is immutable? From where you read that?
Online.
Wrong online. You show me that this thing, you must have interpreted it wrongly. How can you say hash map is immutable when we have been putting the elements and removing elements? Do you understand the meaning of the word immutable? Tell me, what is the meaning of immutable? Tell me, I'm asking you a question. What is the meaning of the word immutable?
We cannot change the map.
Not modifiable.
Not modify, yes.
Right. So here, haven't we written so much of code in last 2 days where we are adding the element, we are removing the element?
Yes, ma'am. We can.
So how can you say immutable? So
Yes,
think a little bit.
Yes, ma'am. I'm confusing on that. That's why I asked.
मराठी समजतं का तुला?
हो. Yes, ma'am.
हे बघ, म्हणजे मी तुला नीट समजावून सांगते. काही काही वेळेला कसं होतं, इंग्लिशचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे का जावाचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे हेच कळत नाही मला मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स. इम्युटेबल ह्याचा अर्थ काय आहे? द ऑब्जेक्ट विच whose state cannot be modified. So if you can have a hash map where you are adding the elements as well as removing the elements, तो hash map immutable असं कसं वाचू शकतोस? Impossible. So that is your first mistake.
Yes,
now the second thing is, आत्ताच मी सांगितलं तुला तसं की whenever you attach any method, key set कर, values कर किंवा entry set कर, it is just extracting the collection view of the map. So again, I'm saying the same thing. Just read the API docs correctly. Directly ते सांगतात की the collection is backed up by the map. याचा अर्थ काय? Whenever you make the change in the collection, the changes are going to be applied to the underlying map. And vice versa, जर तू मॅप मध्ये, तो उलट करून बघ, मॅप मधली एखादी एंट्री ऍड कर किंवा रिमूव्ह कर, automatically it will be updated in the backing collection. Think about it.
Yes, ma'am. Got it. I am read something wrong.
Yeah, you must have interpreted. नाही, readingचा problem नसेल, माझ्या मते interpretationचा problem असेल. Okay, so read that article once again, and if you cannot understand it, share it with me. I'll explain the meaning or what that author is trying to tell you. I'll explain. ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah, so everyone is saying need time. Yeah, I knew that. So of course you take your own time. So I'm taking Mohit's question, map.entry interface. So those who want to listen to this explanation, please respond. So tell me, what is map.entry? Is it an interface or is it a class? I'm asking you with the basic questions. Start answering. It is the interface. Is it an outer interface, outer separate interface, or is it a statically nested one? It is a nested interface. I hope you remember we had done long back. Vehicle, I think vehicle, right? Vehicle has an address. So vehicle was the outer class and address or shipping address or something was the inner class. So how do you refer to this address? How do you refer to any inner member? Outer dot inner. So we used to refer it as, no. Abhijit, you are wrong. I did not ask you what will be the name of the dot class file. I asked you, how will you refer to the address class? Outer dot inner. What you are telling me was the name of the dot class file. So outer dot inner is the syntax. So likewise here, map is the outer interface. The inner interface name is the entry. So how do you call it? And it is statically nested. So how do you call any static member? The outer, whatever, the class name dot member name. So here it is interface name dot member name map dot entry. But if you want to understand more, see, I'm always giving you option. It depends on all of you how much in detail you want to understand. So since one of you asked me question, I will show you. If you understand it, fine. Otherwise, you can understand it whenever you pay more attention, whenever you work more. So open day 16 help diagrams. I have also given you, I don't know whether anyone has even looked at it. I had discussed with you from scratch hash set internals. And I have given the ready-made diagram for hash map internals. So tell me, when you create a hash map, it is the same hash table which is created. But here, what is it which we were adding in a hash set? Element references. You tell me, what is it which you add in the hash map? Is it a key? Is it a value? Is it a both or neither? Everyone knows it is both. So guys, this is again array of references. And the only small changes, whenever you're thinking about this node consists of, earlier it used to consist of hash value, the L1, E1, E2, E3, whatever references, and a pointer to next. So instead of that, it consists of hash value, K1, V1, later K2, V2, etc., and the pointer to the node. So most question I'm coming back to. So I'm going to show you some internal code in a minute. So when you talk about this class node, I'm going to show you that class in a minute, which is the interface it implements. Mohit, pay attention because it was your question. That node, that inner class implements map.entry, and that is how it can support key and a value pair. I seriously don't know how much you have understood. You means you all have understood because it is little complex. So if you want to look at the internals, this is how you should do. Control click on hash map. It will open the dot class file. And here, if you come down, they have given a beautiful description. All the changes, all optimizations done in Java 8, where the linked list gets converted into tree node, everything they have given. Very, very nice description. And if you scroll down, I'll tell you the line number. If you come to line number 279, what is it we are looking at? Is it an outer class or is it an inner class? Simple question I'm asking you. What are we looking at? We are looking at a nested class. Is it a statically nested class or is it a non-static nested class? Is equal to your inner class. It is a statically nested class. So here, this class, this node, which I have shown you in that hash map internal CRUD diagram, this is the node class which implements your map.entry interface. And what are the four parts of that node is the hash value, key type of reference, value type of reference, and pointer to the next node. This is the significance of that map.entry interface implemented by your node class. So this is the complete internal, but like I said, I don't share all the things on the first day, because then people get confused. Understood, Mohad, what is the meaning of that map.entry interface or the significance part of it? Or if you have more questions, do ask. Yes, map.entry, it supports key and a value type. It is implementing the generic interface of the type k, v. That is why. So you can keep asking me such questions, or guys, I'm offering you, if you want me to revise any particular code sample, which you are finding it difficult, don't tell me all the code samples. Otherwise, it wastes your lab time. But if you have a specific doubt, like somebody was asking me case 8. So likewise, you ask me. Otherwise, I'm not going to disturb you. Take your time, finish the revision, and then we can discuss something new. New means assignment. But today I'm not after the assignments. I want everyone to finish the revision first and yesterday's pending assignment. Continue anyway.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
I have one doubt. Can you open Java 8 new features? README?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I will. The README you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yes. Which one? Which part?
We can use static methods in interface. So the third paragraph.
They have to be invoked using the interface name. This is the one? Is that
Yes.
the one you are talking about? Okay.
Yes.
So let me say this. Okay, let me put it properly. Instead of discussing it in plain English, always better to explain with an example. So where is that? Let's check. I think this one. Let's see. Yeah. So this one. This is a static method which I have declared in the interface. So let me ask you a question. Whoever is listening to it can answer. If I want to, okay, this is a redeclared method. So let me ask you a question here. How to invoke the interfaces static method from the implementation class. So before you start answering, understand my question. Do you understand, guys, that my formula is the implementation class of formula? So from the implementation class, how can you invoke the static method? Okay, I'll write something and you tell me. If I write it here like this, what will happen? Yeah, Nimish, you are right, but I have Sushant, you are also right, but I have a question. If I write it here like this, what will happen? Which method you think it will call? Will it call the okay, anyway, you tell me. Why should I give you options all the time? If I call directly show this method recursion, supervise right. So Mohada is thinking, right? So here, so this is not calling the interface method at all. So whether it is an implementation class or non-implementation class, if you want to refer to your interface method, you have to call it as, of course, you can use import static anytime, otherwise formula.show, and then it will call. And likewise, this example I had already taken. If you are tester is a non-implementation class, how that can invoke the interface method? Again, the syntax is the same. Name of the interface dot name of the method. Is the answer clear?
So I was calling in my formula the implementing class, the super classes show method. So
there's
it
no
was
super class. You're talking all wrong. Where's the super class here?
yeah,
There's no
super
super class
interface.
here.
Sorry.
There's no super interface. Let's say interface. So this one, don't use the terms wrongly. Otherwise, interviewer will get confused. Interface, super interface, sub interface. So here, formula.show is the interface. This is what I've written. So if you want, you show me your code and I can answer from your code.
Okay.
Are you understanding what I'm saying or not clear? I
Yes,
said
yes.
whether a class is implementation class, such as my formula or a tester, you have to call it directly. If you don't call it, check this here. And if you run this tester, immediately the code will break. You will get nothing but a recursion. Stack overflow will happen within a fraction of a second. Understood or still lost?
Yes, yes, got it.
Clear? Okay. That is what I meant. That is what I had written as in the readme. Anyone has any more question to ask? Like I said, wherever you feel problems during revision, don't hesitate to ask any question. Ask anything, whatever is troubling you from day 1 of Java till day 70.
हेलो
Yes, Srinivas.
मैम, अगर जब अपन की को अगर क्लास यूज करते हैं तब इम्यूटेबल
No.
होना
Ask
चाहिए.
me in the example because then otherwise the question is not clear. You tell me that this is what you want to do. Can you tell me which code sample I should open, or is it a general question?
जनरल क्वेश्चन इट्स.
Okay, ask.
जब अपन की एज अ क्लास यूज करते एक
Integer. Key class is integer.
yes
Integer is
integer,
the key class we have used.
then at that time integer is immutable.
Integer class is immutable. Yes, you are right.
Okay, got it, ma'am.
It is not, but this one, don't misinterpret again the statements. Your reading looks like some article and haphazard you are understanding and making the statements. Your earlier question was hash map was immutable. So hash map is not immutable. Wrapper classes are immutable. Agreed. That is, once you create an integer instance and if you update the value, a new integer object, exactly like string, is happening. But let me ask you a reverse question.
Yes, ma'am.
The reverse question is, Kanad, wait a second. I'm talking to somebody. Wait. So the reverse question is, can I create a map having, let me say this, having a non-immutable class as a key? I mean, is it compulsory that every time map has to have the key class as an immutable? Absolutely not. You can write your own maps. You can write your own custom key class, which can be mutable. So think over what I said. Integer class is immutable, agreed, but it is not a rule. It is just a norm.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, Kanad, I'm talking to you. Marker interfaces currently you have not seen. Wait for IO, serialization, deserialization, and later cloning, and then you'll understand where we use the marker interface. Answer is in two things. One is serialization, deserialization, and the other use case is cloning. But both the topics I have not yet covered. You are supposed to tell me if you need any help, or anytime you finish complete revision, anytime you need something, you tell me.
Ma'am, can I share my screen?
Yes, of course. Yes, Nilesh, show me.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yeah. Some warning here.
I'm getting error at this point.
Have you done import static?
Yes.
One second, Nilesh, I'll just take the control so I can find it fast. Give me control. Okay, so let me see. Import, where is your import static? I don't see your import static at all. Where is import static? You'll have to add that import static now. 1 second, I'm adding now. How can you call the method directly? Either you say class name dot method name, or at least use that. No, you don't have that method available at all. Maybe you've forgotten static or something. Private method, will it be visible, Nilesh, outside the class, outside the package? This was the mistake. Got it, Nilesh?
Yes, yes, yes.
By mistake, I think you have done it this, because the moment you don't see it, it should tell you. Can you proceed now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Try it now. You can stop sharing. If you again get stuck, tell me.
मैम
Yes, Kanar?
मैम वो टेस्टर 3 में एक डाउट था.
एक second, I'll just open it and then I'll know. Which tester 3? Which package? Is 17.2?
P5 17.2.
5. Okay, एक मिनट. S3, हाँ, बोल.
map.forEach में की और वैल्यू लिया है, ये इंटरनली map.entry को कॉल करता है क्या मैम?
map.entry नहीं, entry set को कॉल करता है.
हाँ सॉरी, entry set.
Entry set. It calls the method map.entry set, and then it attaches internal iterator over the set of entries. So all that implementation is hidden. You just get a higher order function where you pass the lambda arguments as key and value, and then you just have to supply the action, whatever you want to do with the key value pair.
Okay ma'am.
So internal working is entry set. They tell you, I think. So you read the description. See, performs the given action for each entry in the map, etc. And here, unless otherwise, actions are performed in the order of entry set iteration. So if you just read the method description from the API docs, in most of the cases you will know. So it attaches internally entry set, attaches iterator, and saves our trouble.
Okay ma'am, thank you.
Okay, sure.
हेलो मैम.
Yeah, Saurabh, tell me.
स्क्रीन शेयर करूँ करना?
हाँ, करना.
हॅलो मॅम.
हाँ, बोल.
मॅम हे जे कस्टमर मॅप डॉट पुट लाईन आहे मॅम, त्याच्यावर एरर देतात मॅम. जसं मी काही प्लॅन्स इनपुट दिला ना, ते एरर्स देतात.
sc.next कसं चालेल त्याला? एक सेकंद. नेम पासवर्ड प्लॅन. सी हिअर दिस वन. एक मिनिट, I'll just take the control, Saurabh. हे बघ, our customer argument म्हणजे constructor arguments बघ. What we are doing here is name is fine, email is fine, password, and next thing is plan. You have swapped the arguments. First is the plan and then is the DOB. So you have given the DOB first. Just swap this. Customer plan dot validate value of कर चालेल. समजलं?
हो मॅम.
हेलो मैम.
Yeah, tell me.
मैम ये P5 जो पैकेज में ये टेस्टर है ना P4.
कुठे मला ऐकून यायला परत बोल. Which one you are talking?
टेस्ट 4 मैम.
Okay, test 4. P5 का test 4. हाँ बोलो. Yeah.
मैम आपण ते एरर लिस्ट मध्ये कन्वर्ट करतो मॅपचं.
Convert नको म्हणूस. Let us say, okay, we are taking the references की त्यातले value references करून we are copying it into array list.
एरर लिस्ट मध्ये करतोय ना.
Correct, correct.
त्यानंतर आपण ते कलेक्शन सॉर्ट, त्याच म्हणजे कलेक्शन सॉर्ट जे कलेक्शनचे आहेत सॉर्ट ते कम्पेअर करण्यासाठी
कलेक्शनचे नाही, कलेक्शन्स हा नेम ऑफ द क्लास आहे, युटिलिटी क्लास
हा.
आहे. आणि त्याची सॉर्ट फंक्शन जर तू बघितलंस तर इट इज टेकिंग द आर्ग्युमेंट एज लिस्ट आणि कम्पॅरेटर असं करतोय.
सॉर्ट करण्यासाठी आपण त्या लिस्ट मध्ये कॉपी केलेलं.
हा, करेक्ट करेक्ट. कारण सीधा थिंग ना, हे बघ सॉर्ट फंक्शन जे आहे दॅट इज रिक्वायरिंग व्हॉट, इट इज रिक्वायरिंग द आर्ग्युमेंट ऑफ अ लिस्ट. आणि तुझ्याकडे काय होतं, मॅप होता. So I converted means I copied the value references on the map in the list आणि मग ती लिस्ट आपण पास केली.
आपण हे हॅश मॅप जर तसं असेल तर ते ट्री मॅप सॉर्ट ची मेथड दुसरी पण use करू.
ट्री मॅप मध्ये जर तुला करायचं असेल, नाही मी सकाळी बऱ्याच वेळा सांगितलं तुम्हाला ते हॅश मॅप टू ट्री मॅप सॉर्टिंगला कधी वापरणार, when the sorting criteria is key based. मला सांग ह्या इथे आपल्याला काय रिक्वायरमेंट काय होती, सॉर्टिंग ऍज पर अकाउंट बॅलन्स. अकाउंट बॅलन्स हे की आहे का व्हॅल्यू आहे,
व्हॅल्यू.
म्हणून मग आपल्याला कन्वर्ट करायला लागला तो कलेक्शन व्ह्यू मध्ये आणि नंतर सॉर्टिंग केलं. तो हे डायरेक्टली बघू नकोस, आधी तुझा आय डोंट नो तू कसं रिव्हिजन, यू शुड डू रिव्हिजन इन द सिक्वेन्शियल मॅनर. आधी तू हे चेक कर, टेस्ट बँकिंग मध्ये याच्यात ऑलरेडी करून दाखवलेलं आहे. प्रिंट अकाउंट्स नाही हे नाही, हे आधी समजलं का तुला. केस 11 हे पाहिलंस तू?
हो मॅम केलं.
हा, मग ह्याच्यात सेम येते, फक्त त्याच्यात लोकल डेट होता, आपल्या इथे डेट होता, तिथे बॅलन्स आहे. इथे काय केलंय आपण, तेच केलंय. वी एक्स्ट्रॅक्टेड द व्हॅल्यू रेफरन्सेस, पुट इट इन द कलेक्शन. कलेक्शन वॉज कॉपीड, कलेक्शन ऑफ रेफरन्सेस वर कॉपीड इन द लिस्ट आणि सेम लिस्ट आपण पास केली. फक्त इथे आपण काय केलं होतं, अनॉनिमस इनर क्लास दिला होता. इथे मी काय केलंय, दॅट हॅज बीन रिप्लेस्ड बाय द लॅम्बडा एक्सप्रेशन. कळलं? फर्स्ट आर्ग्युमेंट इज द सेम लिस्ट. सेकंड आर्ग्युमेंट मध्ये instead of writing a entire anonymous inner class, we replace it by lambda expression.
Okay.
Hello?
Oh yes.
Continue. Let me ask you a question, please. How many of you are still pending in day 16 assignment? Give me how many of you are still looking at day 16 assignment? I need to know the number, so I'll have a feedback of my own. Okay, one person has responded. Anybody else in day 16? Okay, I'm just counting, just respond faster. Okay, guys, so some of you are still in, some part is remaining. Fine. Let me not disturb you. Continue. I just wanted to know where you are. Yeah, so continue. So I'll not give you any new assignment because if you are still doing it in the day 16, impossible to solve any new thing. Take your own time. Finish, complete this. Anywhere you get stuck, you call me immediately. I'll try to help you. Don't take pressure. Senior citizen is remaining, whatever. Let that finish. Then you do revision and ask any questions in between.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Ankit.
Ma'am, actually, I have one doubt in test banking case 10.
A second, I'll just open.
Yeah, ma'am.
Test banking case 10. Yeah, tell me, what is the doubt?
Just a second. Ma'am, in line number 133, when we are populating the tree map from the hash map, I'm unable to understand that how it is calling that inner class, invoking that inner class.
Which inner class you're talking about?
Above one, there's a new
the anonymous inner class. No. Okay. Yeah, I understood your question. So here, let me ask you in a return this. what is the, okay, look at line number 123. What are we creating here? Instance of the tree map. Can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
tell me what is the argument of that constructor we are passing? Constructor argument क्या pass किया है?
Inner class.
Yeah, but what is that inner class implementing?
Comparator, ma'am.
Okay, so what is the correct answer to give? If you give this answer in the interview, people will not appreciate the answer at all. You are passing, just take the cursor here and you will understand. You are passing a comparator instance. That is the perfect way or correct way of answering. But comparator is an interface. You cannot instantiate it. So here we are passing the instance of the class which has implemented comparator. But what is comparator? It is just a interface which gives you the comparison function. And we have written this. Understood the statement so far, Ankit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Complete.
So now here, if I print it, how many times on this line 132, how many times it will call in compare? I'm saying line number 132, if it is executed, how many times it will call this comparison function? It's not a difficult question. Tell me whatever you feel and I will answer. I will correct you if it required.
Ma'am, number of elements in which, if it is there, number of times.
Zero.
Zero. That's why it is
Not
empty.
number of elements. Zero. What number of elements? Here, you have got an empty tree map. In order to sort the map, you require two things. One is the comparison function, which you have provided here. And other thing is the entries. So are there any entries in this map or is it an empty map so far?
It is empty,
Question.
ma'am.
It is empty. So now when you say put all, now you are adding the entries. So at that time of adding, JVM will call which classes, which method to perform the sorting.
The inner class, ma'am.
Yeah, so that was your question. I've
Yes,
given the answer here already. In this line, JVM will call anonymous inner classes compare function because you have supplied this comparator right in the step 1. Understood, Ankit?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
That way.
Hmm.
I'll give you a wait, I'm not so sure from your tone. So let me try to explain you in a different manner. Okay, forget this lambda expression and all that. Focus on this code. Okay, so not just Ankit, guys, anyone who is listening to our discussion can answer. So here I have got the array list of accounts and this is our method, which is again making use of two arguments. One is the list of bank accounts and one is the comparison function. So Ankit or anyone else, do you want to answer this question? When this line is executed, JVM will call which classes, which method to sort the list. You understood my question? Kis class ki kis method JVM will call to give you the sorted list?
It is calling the compare method to sort the list, ma'am.
Yeah, but whose method? Whose compare? Where you have written the compare method? In this anonymous
Comparator.
inner class. So anonymous inner class which has implemented comparator, uski compare method call hogi. Isn't it the same? So
Yes,
whether
ma'am.
you are working on this, here comparators compare method gets called and that comparator is implemented by your inner class. All clear now, Ankit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Thank you.
consult any of us, any of us as in lab faculties. Get your doubts solved. Don't feel stuck with some question. Let it be a compiler error, let it be anything. Ask any of us, take our help and go ahead.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, tell me, Prashant.
Ma'am, regarding lambdas, in the last line, there is a main difference between lambda expression and anonymous class.
Yeah, so right now don't go there. Right now it is,
Okay.
we are a little early for that. I can explain. I'm not saying I'm not
No,
explaining.
ma'am. I was just asking, are you teaching after this next dinner?
Actually, no, this is all extra stuff.
Okay,
So
okay.
that is all for you to read. So, but I think you should spend more time in lambda expressions. By tomorrow evening, maybe you will understand it better.
Okay.
Is my suggestion.
Actually, this keyword I don't get it.
Yeah. So right, that is why we just started with the lambda expressions, right? So
Okay.
lambda expressions are actually internally created as private methods. So
Yes.
that is done by the compiler. So when you say this in what is it? Anonymous inner class, it refers to the anonymous inner class instance.
Okay.
And when you use this keyword in your lambda expression, it will show you the object, the reference of the class where it was created. I'll suggest this thing, Prashant. What you do is, I'll talk in example, so there won't be any confusion. What I'll for answering your question, so you'll immediately understand. You can uncomment this.
Okay.
And this is your this is in test 4. Any case you can open which has anonymous inner class also and lambda expression also.
Lambda.
Okay. And here you simply say SOP this. And
Okay.
then tell me what is the output you will get. I'll tell you ahead of time. You will see the output as, this is your anonymous inner class. What will be the name of the class, anonymous inner class, Prashant? Outer $1.
Outer $1.
Yeah, so test 4 $1. That will be the name, and @ hash code. So that will be your this. Now, what you do additionally is take some efforts. Here, add the curly braces, because now you're going to write 2 statements. And here you say SOP this, and you will get there the name of the test 4 itself. That is what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, try it out. Then you'll have a better idea.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Those are the, typical questions asked in interviews and all. So if you see your contents, DAC contents, they have just mentioned Java new features and introduction to Lambda, which we have more than covered. But I just wanted to give you some additional help. So I've written a lot of readmes and shared. Okay, continue anyway. If you, after doing this, if you get any problem, do show me your code. I'll explain more.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. But the one more suggestion, not just to Prashant, but to anyone. In the lab session, don't invest time in going through the readmes. That you have to do it in little bit extra time. First, ensure that all the assignments, all the classwork and the assignments are complete. And after that, if you want, you can keep reading whatever extra stuff I keep providing. Because otherwise it's a hands-on session, which I don't want you to waste on just reading things. You got my suggestion, Prashant? So that way you assign your time. And anytime you want fresh assignments and all, but I don't want to pressurize you at all. People are finishing your yesterday's stuff. So today, I don't want to discuss any new assignment. I'm reading your question, Kanat. If we saved map.values in the collection and its references in the array list, instead of array list, can't we use tree set because of the set doesn't allow you duplicate values? Kanat, I mean, you started on the correct note. So I'm saying, see, listen to this. I have shown you one way. I have shown you map collection type of references stored in a copied in the array list. Instead, you can directly copy it in the tree set. It has nothing to do with the duplicate values and all that. Okay. So if you want, you have that other option also. So you can try it out. So replace the array list by tree set, and that will also and display the tree set. That will also give you the same output. At the time of in the classroom itself, I had mentioned one approach I'm showing you in the theory session, other approach you can try in the lab. You understood what I said? Yeah, definitely. Try it. And if you get into problems, share your screen. I'll help you. Which is there some more some other? Yes, tons of them, Ankit. Loads of higher order functions are there. I'm just waiting for people to finish. We are going to start something tomorrow called as, again, that is not in your contents, but I always take it for DAC students because you need it in your projects and all. So I'm going to show you concept of functional streams tomorrow. So there you will see so many higher order functions. We have just covered initial ones to give you some idea. Tomorrow we'll actually expand on that in first 2 hours. So Ankit, not just Ankit, anyone, guys, anyone who has done the revision, can open your customer assignment of yesterday, and wherever possible, you can try replacing your imperative style code, the code with for each and loops and all, replace them by your higher order functions. You can try taking that as a self-assignment, self-learning assignment. That will definitely keep you occupied, pleasantly occupied. And you will have a better idea, it will become interesting and clearer to you all. That is what actually I wanted to discuss, but I want people to first finish their revision. Since I started the topic, display all registered customer details. Don't use the external for each, replace it by your for each higher order function. That way you can do. Try it out. Wherever you get stuck, call any of us. It's working battery set. Very good, Kanath. You understood, right? Whatever I said. Yes, very good. Sumit, you have, when you are saying done, I don't know which part you are saying done. Have you already replaced it by functional higher order functions? Is that done? Okay, great, great. Good going. So I'm just waiting, guys, for everyone, majority to finish revision. I already have planned some additional work for you. So shall I share that with you guys? Those who want to do it can do it then. What say? Okay, so others, don't feel pressured by that. If complete your earlier assignment, complete your today's revision, and if you feel like this is all up to you, you can always try this. So this is in continuation with customer management. What I'll do is, just a second, I'm sending you this modified copy. Give me a second, okay? So this is May 17 data. And those who want can try this. Others, ignore it. You can take it, you can solve it tomorrow, no issues. So I have sent you this modified lab instructions and the new assignment. So you can do that from try this type. Anywhere you need my help, you can talk to me. Anywhere you need help in revision, solving any question, don't hesitate. Ask me or ask any of the lab faculties. So are you still working on day 16 or has everyone completed day 16 work? Is anyone still working with day 16? Tell me openly so I will know where you are. You're working on day 16, Rajiv? Okay. So if you're still working on day 16, then I don't want to disturb you. Continue working on it. But do ask questions in between if you get stuck. That is my only concern. And I have also shared in today's help, day 17 data, day 16 lab project. So you can take help from that in case you require for solving that age, computing age and all that. We have done that. So if you are logged in today, little late in the morning, I had covered that in the morning part. Does anyone want me to solve any of the assignment, any of the requirements of day 16? If you're trying it on your own, very good, excellent. But in case you need help, tell me openly. Okay, answering you, Shubham. First of all, you can don't DM me, give a message on the public chat. So clear method will remove all the references, and remove method will remove only one. So that is remove will remove only one of the reference. So that is a difference. If you say remove all, then also it works differently. So there is no equivalent to clear. Clear is equivalent to removing all the references from the underlying array list. Try it out. Best way. You understood me, Shubham? Okay. Remove will remove only one reference. Clear will remove all the references from the underlying list.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
मॅम जो तुम्ही P4 पॅकेज आज 17.2 मध्ये घेतलेलात ना,
एक second. I'll just open it. P4 एक मिनिट मी ओपन करते. A17.2 मध्ये P4 yes. Which one? Tell me.
हा मॅम, याचा मला फ्लो थोडा समजला नाही.
Okay, हे बघ. So the whole idea is this was done to show you the example of functional interface and a lambda expression. So guys, anyone else who wants to take a look at who wants to understand this, I'm revising functional interfaces substituted by lambda expression. So first question. Okay, let me say this properly. You have looked at, Kunal, for each method, remove if method. Those are the built-in higher order function. So here I just took an example of writing our own higher order function. That was the intention. So guys, whoever wants to revise with me, open the first thing. So I'm explaining the flow, Kunal. First open this interface computable. Have you opened it, Kunal?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now the moment you say, rather the moment you see single abstract method, you know that it is nothing but your functional interface, or vice versa, you can say functional interfaces always have a single abstract functionality. So the point was, I wanted to write an application which can compute, which can perform any operation on these two double numbers. So go step by step. This is your step 1, defining an interface. Is the step 1 clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now open the another interface. This interface can be replaced by the class also. But I wanted to show you that Java 8 onwards, you can write the static methods in the interface. So another method is this utils. Now, in this utils, I want to write a method which can actually perform any operation on these two double numbers. So if you remember, I was asking in the theory session, what should be the arguments? These are the two double operands. And people were suggesting that the third argument, I should take it as some string or some character or some number or whatever. So suppose if I say string, then you can say string. And then while calling the method, suppose I say add, I'll have to add a switch casing here. And I'll have to say switch operation, case add the numbers, case subtract the numbers. But that would make the code difficult to extend. So what I wanted to do was, I did not want to add any switch casing. So here, how do you supply the behavior, which operation to be done? Extremely easy. This is your interface, which is holding, which is hiding or abstracting one method. So I'm passing the interface reference here. And this interface reference I'm using to call the compute method on these two arguments. So let me ask you, Kunal, since it is your question, have I defined any specific operation such as add, multiply, subtract, divide?
No, ma'am.
No, because I wanted to keep it everything user driven. So tell me, is the interface and is this utility class, not utility method? Is it clear so far?
Yes.
Okay. So now the last question is, this is just a method, but we have not yet defined any operation. So now you open that tester. So here, forget about lambda expression for a minute. So initially we were saying no lambda expressions. So I wanted to add these two numbers and display the result. So who is calling whose method? This tester is calling any operation method. So as usual, I added the import static. So now start responding. What are these first two arguments?
A1 and B1, which are double.
Right. So double operands, the numbers on which some operation has to be performed. Now look at this and check. What is the third argument? The behavior, the interface reference. But till Java 7, we could not just pass the behavior like how now we can pass. So we had to take the help of either creating a separate class, something like public class, my computable implements computable and pass the instance, or we could create an anonymous inner class. And can you tell me the line number where the behavior is where the behavior is specified? Tell me the line
A
number.
plus B, A plus B.
Exactly, line number 50. So this is what was possible before Java 8. So will you call this as a functional approach, as in declarative approach or imperative style? Is it a functional or non-functional?
Non-functional.
Non-functional. Similarly, I had taken this. But you can yourself understand, if I just want to pass this behavior, what is to be done on these two numbers, why should I be required, why should I be forced to write the entire anonymous inner class? So that is when Java guys thought of passing the behavior, passing the functionality. So now observe, here we have got the method name, so that any operation, now you can pass directly the behavior. So what is that function called, where you can pass the behavior? Higher order function. So any operation is your higher order function, right? So tell me, is it because of the first two arguments, or is it higher order function because of the third argument?
Because of third argument.
You are clear so far. So now what you are passing is, okay, so the important statement is, any functional interface just has single abstract method. So functional interfaces can be replaced by your well-known Lambda Lambda expressions. You can say anonymous function. So how do you cut it down? You can just take the argument list of that single functional method. This is your, instead of your JavaScript fat arrow, you have a thin arrow, right arrow, and this is your body. But like I explained, your Java compiler is smart. It says, you don't have to tell me double, because I know the moment you are passing a functional interface, its type is double. So left hand side reduces to just a Lambda argument list, and RHS simply reduces to the action
Operation.
to be taken, operation to be performed on that number.
Okay.
Clear?
Ma'am. Yes,
That is
ma'am.
what it is. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So,
Ma'am, can I ask a question here?
of course, yes.
Ma'am, can you go to computational utils?
Yeah.
Ma'am, here interface computational utils is not extending computable interface. So
yes,
how that link is forming, ma'am, in between the
you are passing the interface reference. See this one, Aman. Here there is no connection. There's no inheritance between computable and computation utils. Okay, let me ask you something. Let me say this. Can I replace it by a class? Of course, yes. I can just, like how we write our collection utils, validation utils. This is just an example of a utility class which has the static method. Is it clear with the class, Aman?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so but I wanted to combine two concepts. From Java 8, can you write an interface with the static methods?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that is what I have taken. But if it is confusing you, simply remove that from class. Remove that interface. Create it as a normal utils class. And here I'll write a comment. Add a static method to perform. I've written it already. See, to perform here. This add a static method to return the result of any operation performed on two double operands. So I don't have to write this again. So like how I was explaining to Kunal, these are the first two arguments, operands, and the third argument is interface reference. So why should I require any link between computation utils and computable? I'm just passing the reference. For example, are you getting it, or you're still not clear?
I'm not very clear.
Not very clear. Okay, I thought so from your this thing. Let me ask you a question. I'll write it here something. Okay, I'll open the. Let me write something. Collections.sort. Here is a list. Okay, and I'll write a API list. And if you use the custom ordering comparator, let's say comparator com. So tell me, Aman, do you remember this method? We have used it so many times in the last week and this week.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now what is this collections? Collections is the name of the utility class which has the sort function. Understood so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now can you tell me, is there any connection between comparator and collections? It's a
No,
yes or no Boolean question. I'll
No.
repeat the question again. I said, is there any relationship between your comparator interface and collections class? Answer is no.
No, ma'am.
Here it is just a higher order function. It is just an ordinary method where you are passing the interface reference. Isn't it the same here? Here I have got a utility class or utility interface where we are writing a function or writing a method where I'm passing my own interface. Is it clear now, Aman?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Continue.
Thank you.
Sure. Guys, I'm planning to log off in 10 minutes. So if you have any specific questions like this, please use the time. If you want me to solve, discuss anything, for yesterday's assignment, today's assignment, tell me. I'm not asking you to try this at all. Some of you are already finished it, so for them I had given, but you don't take it as a compulsory assignment at all. You work on this. Any of the options you are unable to solve or any of the revision part you are unable to do it, tell me, I can explain.
मॅम पासवर्ड व्हॅलिडेशनचं एकदा सांगा मॅम थोडं.
कुठलं पासवर्ड व्हॅलिडेशन म्हणतोस?
कस्टमरचे.
ओके ओके. चेंज पासवर्ड म्हणतोयस तो का हे म्हणतोयस?
हां ते लॉगिन वाला कस्टमर लॉगिनचंच मॅम.
कस्टमर लॉगिन म्हणजे कस्टमर लॉगिन ची केस म्हणतोयस?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Yes, let me just open that code. Okay, I'm just changing this back to interface because I wanted that example of an interface. So I'm opening day 16 lab. Share केलाय the day 16 lab.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Here, customer management system. And let me just open this, the case 2. Case 3. The requirement, I hope it is clear. User is going to give you email and password. And for validating, for authenticating user, are you going to validate? Are you going to check only email, password, both or neither?
Both.
Both. Okay, so now go understand systematically. Anyway, let me explain the code. So here you are asking for email and password. Here you are accepting it from user and you are passing email, password and the map of customers to our authenticate customer method. Understood, Shubham, so far? Is it clear so far?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So now you say control, click on that and control will come to a collection utils. So the first two arguments are email and password. And what we have passed is map of customers where the string is nothing but an email ID and email is a primary key. So email is primary key and then against that you are storing a customer card detail.
Yes.
So first thing is you have to check whether at least is there a customer by the email. So which is the method in the map where you can supply the key to get the value? The method name is get. So here you can just place the cursor Shubham here and you can read the description. Map has a method, in goes the key, out comes the value. Returns the value to which specified key is mapped. But if it returns null, what does it mean? Email
Not
is
present.
valid, email is invalid, customer is not found. So first I'm doing the validation based on email. If it is null, I can't check the password at all because I don't have a customer record by that email. So throwing the exception. The moment exception is thrown, rest of the code will continue or will it get aborted?
Aborted if
Aborted.
throws customer exception.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, not because of throws. When you say throw, the JVM will abort the remaining flow and go to that matching catch block. You can see that. So here you got the exception. Entire inner try catch block is aborted. and here you will see the error message, invalid email.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one part over. But if the control comes to the next line, what is the conclusion? Email is valid, but you can't conclude because you have yet not checked the password. Understood me?
Yes.
So now this customer record is from the map. So I'm just saying customer.get password, and this is the password which user has supplied. So if both of them are equal, both of them are same, what does it mean? Password matched or password did not match?
Match.
Password match. So I wanted to throw the exception. So I just said not. If they are not equal, that means again the login has failed, but the reason being wrong password.
Yes.
Got me?
Yes.
But
मॅम
if
म्हणजे
the
तो जो इनपुट देत आहे कस्टमर जो म्हणजे
हा दोन पासवर्ड आहेत तुझ्याकडे. एक आहे तो, एक जो आहे तो मॅप मध्ये
ऑलरेडी
आहे.
सेव्ह आहे. हा.
ऑलरेडी सेव्ड आहे मॅप मध्ये.
Yes.
तो आपण कसं करतो, डेटाबेस मध्ये करतो. आता डेटाबेस नाहीये, पण आपण मॅप मध्ये सेव्ह केलाय. आणि
Okay.
हा जो आहे तो तुला युजरने दिलाय लॉगिनच्या वेळेला, ॲट द
Yes,
टाइम
yes,
ऑफ
yes.
लॉगिन.
Yes,
कळलं?
yes.
So that you are comparing. आणि जर both email and password, if both of them match, then you know that okay, customer has logged in correctly, returning the customer reference. समजलं?
ठीक आहे ना, करतो ट्राय.
Yeah, continue. A request to all of you, please pay attention to what I'm saying. Before meeting me tomorrow, please ensure that you have gone through the revision of all the Lambda expressions, all the higher order functions which I have discussed. Because tomorrow I'm going to spend little time. I'm saying little time because it is not exactly part of your contents, in applying, in using those Lambda expressions to something called as functional streams. But if you have not practiced your Lambda expressions, you won't understand tomorrow's session. So definitely do go through the revision. And of course, when I ask you questions tomorrow, that do you need any, I mean, you have any questions, ask them freely. Continue with whatever you are doing.
Okay, so tell me, is there any specific question? So I don't see any specific questions or any help required. So please guys, pause whatever you are doing and compulsory revision. Even if you don't finish all the requirements, I mean, all the earlier assignments, it is fine. But everyone has to definitely revise this part, day 17.2, and the sum of the higher order functions which we have done. Is everyone clear with what I expect you to revise? Just give me some responses so I'll know you are there. Okay. So, and because otherwise, you know, what will happen is, whenever I start applying these lambda expressions to your functional programming further tomorrow, you might feel lost. Okay. So definitely do the revision, and whatever you have not understood, ask me the first thing as tomorrow morning. That will be all. See you all tomorrow. Do revision completely.